Hey, I'm Tony,
And I'm Chris.
and this is another
Good to Know.
the home buying edition.
Let's buy a house. Look at that.
Oh, we're doing it right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Look. I like this. All right, so it looks like we've got, let's see, the most searched terms when it comes to buying a house.
Okay,
So
perfect.
let's jump right in. Let's check out the first one. What we got
Let's
here?
do it. Buying a house, the real
Ooh,
cost.
The real cost.
I like this one. I like to kind of think of this as in three different buckets. The first one is your down payment.
Okay.
So with the down payment for some first-time home buyers, it can either be 0 down payment for a 100% first-time home buyers program or 3% down payment.
Okay.
So if you've already owned a house before, then it could be as little as 5%. The second bucket is going to be for the closing costs and what it costs to actually do the loans. Your recording fees will be in there, your appraisal fee, the title fees, things like that will be in there. So that's what it's going to cost you to actually do the loan. And then the third bucket is going to be for your escrows. So for your escrows, it's things that are more commonly known as like your insurance and taxes. Really a good idea is to get a loan estimate from your loan officer, and that way then you'll know, it's all listed out on kind of a 3 or 4 page format of what the real cost is.
Nice.
So that's the real cost.
There you go. Your 3 buckets there. All right, let's jump into the next one. What else we got?
With a single income.
One income. Okay. For our single folks out there.
Yeah, and each situation is different. So we look at percentages. We can go as high as 50% of your gross monthly income. So that's before all the taxes are taken out from your paycheck and things like that. So, and we only look at the debts that are reported on your credit report.
Okay.
So we don't count things like cell phone bills or utilities or things like that. With a single income, that's not a problem. I mean, it just depends on how big of a house that you want to buy, what your current debt is, and also your down payment too, on how much you're going to put down. Because if you're putting 20% down, then you won't have any PMI, so that makes your payment lower. PMI stands for private mortgage insurance. The private mortgage insurance is basically if you don't put 20% down on your down payment, then you have to pay some type of PMI.
All right, let's jump into the third most searched term when buying a house.
All right. Buying a house without a down payment.
My favorite.
Yeah. If you're a first-time home buyer and you have good credit scores, good credit history, we can definitely look at putting you on that program to where you don't need a down payment. So, that really fits for a lot of these millennials that are coming in and people that are wanting to buy the house because they may not realize, like with that real cost, that there are other things associated with it. So maybe that down payment that you were saving for, maybe we can put you on that 100% first-time home buyers program, and then that 3% you can pay for with the closing costs and the escrows. So.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you don't have a down payment, that's okay.
Let's jump into the next one. All right. What do we got next on the list?
All right.
Buying a house.
How does it work? All right.
Well, how does it work, Tony?
How does it work?
How does it work?
It is a process. It's a lengthy process sometimes. Usually the home buying process takes about 30 days. So you'll start with the application.
Okay.
And then you'll get a pre-approval letter once we look over credit report, credit history, your income, your assets, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So then we'll give you a pre-approval letter. Then you'll go out with your real estate agent. You'll think about, what house that you want to buy. You'll maybe have a checklist. I want a garage or a pool or close to this school district or this neighborhood, something like that. And then with the pre-approval letter, you'll make an offer to the sellers of the house. Might have some back and forth on a counter offer or something like that. But then once you have the signed sales contract, you'll come back to your loan officer. You will have some documents to turn in, some documents to sign. Then we'll start ordering things like the appraisal and the title work. You'll do an inspection of the house, and then we get it underwritten with our underwriters, and then they give us final approval for that, and then you have closing. And there's a big stack of paperwork about that thick that you'll be signing at closings. And that's kind of just the short version of it.
All right, so for the minimum, about 30 days,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, everything to work. Okay,
Right.
I like
we'll walk
that.
you through it. We'll walk you
Perfect.
through every step of the way.
All right, let's go to the next one. What else we got? Buying a house. What's the next on the list?
All right.
What are people searching?
Buying a house with bad credit. This is another good question because some people don't know what's on their credit report. Some people have not checked their credit report in a while. So there are different websites that are out there like creditkarma.com, freecreditreport.com. You can even go to any of the credit bureau's websites and you can directly look at what's on your credit report. The minimum credit score that we can do is a 620 credit score for conventional loans. Some FHA loans will go down lower than that, but the higher the credit score, the better that your rate will be, less of a down payment. things like that.
That's bad. All right, so the last one.
Let's check it out. Buying a house. How much debt can I have?
So that's kind of going back to the one before, right?
Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, we'll definitely look at the debt ratios.
Yeah.
And again, it's that 50% mark that we have to stay under.
Okay.
Your debt really depends on what your income is. As long as you're under 50%, and that's including that new monthly mortgage payment that's going to be for your home.
Gotcha.
You know, pay off as much debt as you can. Just make sure that you're under that 50% debt ratio.
Gotcha, nice. And I mean, just to be sure, like you help out if you want to get rid of this, we can help you with
Yeah.
that,
Oh,
or
absolutely.
we'll figure out the ratio that you need.
Yeah, in some cases, I mean, you know, we'll get applications in and then we'll say, so if you pay off this credit card or if you pay off that auto loan, you know, maybe that's something that you can do, maybe lower your down payment and pay one of those things off, and then your debt ratio would come back into play under that 50% mark.
Nice, that's crazy. So
Yeah.
look at this, man. We've gotten through all of the most searched.
Top 6 most searched.
Man, it is top 6, isn't it? I was really gonna say 5. I'm glad you can count. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So really, like I said, we got you. You know now how to buy a house. So let's say, all right, cool. They want to reach out to you. They watch
Yeah.
this video. They're
Yep.
like, oh man, that's awesome. I think I'm ready to buy a house. What do they
Great.
do? What steps should they take?
You can either go online and put in the application, you can
Okay.
come into one of our branches, you can call us on the phone, whatever method that you prefer. But just get that application in, we'll take a look at everything.
That's it.
Easy. We got
Done.
this.
You know how to buy a house now.
And this has been another Good to Know. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, be sure to subscribe and like right here. And for more videos just like this, click right here. Literally. Somewhere right here, somewhere in this space. Generally. It's right here. Right there. Click it.
Click, click.